Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, indeed.
Brother Nuri Muhammad. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you, sir. It is an honor to be on the airways with you, Brother DJ Envy, and the great Charlamagne the God.
Yes, sir. Student Minister of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. You serve out of Mosque number 74, right?
Yes, sir.
In Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
How is that in Indiana? How did they receive the brothers in Indiana?
Klan country. It's Klan country. Birthplace of the Ku Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the fact that we never went through the civil rights movement or even the revolutionary movement, it makes that environment a little more challenging. But the good side of it is that we've been blessed because we never went through that we're the only game in town. So we have a facility where we have a barbershop, beauty shop, restaurant, school, daycare, as well as the mosque. And we've been able to be the executive producers of everything good, strong, and black in that area. So it's a blessed situation.
Is the Klan respectful?
Yeah,
I mean, no such thing as a respectful Klan member, but
just as the great judge said that they don't, Klan doesn't wear white sheets anymore. They're wearing blue police uniforms.
Yes, sir.
Black judges' robes, and of course, what we've seen from vaccinations and these emergency hysterectomies in the hospital, they're wearing white doctor smocks too. So we don't deal with and confront with the traditional face-to-face racist Klan member, but we get racism on those other levels.
Gotcha.
Now, you haven't been here in a while. For people that don't know, what made you join the Nation of Islam?
The traditional opening. What had happened was. But I was when I was coming up, I was in the streets hustling, selling weed, 11, 12 years old, powder cocaine, 15, 16. And me and my partner, we sold a half ounce a day on the weekdays, an ounce on the weekends. So we was making a lot of money. And I learned then that's why they call it crack rock, because they get two birds with one stone. One, they make a fiend for the drug. The other, they make a fiend for the money. And it's just as hard to stop selling as it is to stop using. So whenever I made my mind up that I wanted to get out of the streets, I didn't have much strength. But I was with a sister that was considered my girlfriend at the time, whose father was a sympathizer of the nation. She gave me Message to the Black Man, 2 lectures by the minister, and immediately my mind shifted. And 3 years after that, we got married, and we've been married now for 25 years.
Wow, congratulations. See, that's what, you got to get you a black woman.
That's right.
I'm telling you. Change your life.
I'm telling you, ain't the most beautiful thing in the creation.
You had a ministry called Love Ye One Another?
Yeah, that was, of course, this is a scripture that comes from Jesus. And, one of the biggest myths about the nation is that we don't believe in Jesus. And the real truth is we believe in Jesus. Only difference is we believe in the right Christ and not a white Christ. We believe that, he had hair like lamb's wool and feet like brass burned in the oven. Wool is nappy. Brass is brown. You burn it, it's black. He had the olive complexion. Olives are either green, purple, or black. We know he wasn't green or purple. So we believe in that revolutionary black Messiah. And so whenever we study, we don't just quote Quran, but we also believe in all the messengers and prophets, and we use the scriptures of the Bible. So this Love Ye One Another is I won't call it a seminar, but it is a lecture designed to get us to look at the 2 commandments Jesus gave to us, which was number 1, love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. Then number 2, to love your neighbor as you love yourself. 2 commandments, but inside of them there's 3 loves. So that love of self becomes the nucleus by which we can properly love our brothers, sisters, or our neighbors. So it's been a campaign that we've been able to take to maybe 35 cities over the last 18 months to be able to get our people to renegotiate their contract with their own self-worth and their self-esteem and begin to know who they are and whose they are, that we can have a greater expectation and manifest black excellence.
I always feel like, your first, last, and best love is self-love. And they say if you don't love yourself, it's impossible for you to love other people. But what about when your neighbor is a devil, when your neighbor is evil,
Well, this is and then you go to another scripture from Jesus. He said, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad was riding with the minister one day, actually driving, and the minister was riding with him, and he asked the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, he said, brother, what is the true religion of God? And the minister said, Islam. And the messenger, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, didn't say yes or no. He said, brother, the true religion of God is to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Unfortunately, we like to put a footnote on it. It's the golden rule, but we turn it into the rusty platinum or the rusty aluminum rule when we treat other people the way they treat us. So if you have someone that's your brother or your neighbor and they are other than their own self, your job is to treat them the way you want to be treated, not treat them the way they treat you. So I think that it's a test when you are in human interaction. We test each other all the time. There's a verse in the Holy Quran that says that God would try us by the means of other people. So people know how to test you. But the test is whether or not you can treat them in spite of the way they act, the way you want to be treated, not the way they treat you.
Now, what about slave masters now? Because I feel like that's probably what kept slaves as slaves.
Well, in that situation, that's the mathematical computation that justifies revolution.
There you go.
You know, so you never allow somebody to hurt or abuse you. I'm not saying turn the other cheek to the extent that you end up suffering. You know, we believe that if you attack us, we fight with those who fight with us, but we're never the aggressor. You attack me with words, we respond with words. You attack physically, we respond physically.
Absolutely.
And we've had some situations, and every now and then we have to lay hands on people in Jesus' name.
Healing hands. That's
until they start speaking in tongues, you know. But that so you know, that kind of, you talking about a slave master.
Yeah. Then
the appropriate response is not to turn the other cheek and love your enemy. The appropriate response is to Nat Turner, then Mark Vesey, Gabriel Prosser, and rise up and overthrow oppression.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Now, how do we stick together as people? Because, you know, it seems like, you know, for us, it seems like we look out for ourselves and not for the community. How do we rise up, like you said, and start looking out for each other?
Man, that's a beautiful question. It ties into the original statement we talked about when we first opened the show. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said this is the solution to all black-on-black crime, violence, and suffering. He said, knowledge of self produces love for self, and love for self causes you to do for yourself. And since you are DJ Envy, you are my brother. Base word of brother is other. You're my other self. So if I know me, love me, and am doing right by me, I'm going to treat my other me the same way. I can't rob from my other me. I can't lie to my other me. I can't steal from my other me. And what happens is when we see each other like that, then as my brother, see, if I'm your brother, my daughter's your niece and your son is my nephew.
That's right.
So every problem become a family problem.
That's right.
So we return our mind back to, just by saying brothers and sisters, back to the old axiom we had before we were kidnapped and Caucasianized and Westernized. We used to say it takes a village to raise a child. So once we get back to that concept, I think that we'll be working together, because your rise is my rise. Your fall is my fall. What helps you helps me. What hurts you hurts me. And we mature out of just having, right now, all we have is sympathy for one another. Meaning that I don't like that something bad happened to you. But we got to graduate out of sympathy into having empathy for one another, which means that whenever something hurts you, I feel it like as if it happened to me. And when that type of spirit is among us, then you're going to see us united, looking out for each other, taking care of each other, and putting the good of the whole above all personal desires.
I totally believe in unity and group operation, but, you know, it's a quote that says, all your skin folk ain't your kinfolk. And I often wonder if everybody is meant to come along for the ride.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in the economic blueprint in Message to the Black Man, he said, pool your resources, which is another way of saying unite, and your necessary qualifications for independence, but find 6 or 8 that have, listen to this, like minds. So more important than the body coming together or the color coming together is the mindset coming together. And the other side of it too, one of the big hindrance, Brother DJ Envy, for our unity is that we have a misunderstood word. We say we want to unite, but in our mind, we're not thinking unity, we're thinking uniformity. And there's a difference between unity and uniformity. See, uniformity means everybody does the same thing in the same way and looks the same while they're doing it. But unity means you do different things at different places, but for one common cause. We will never have uniformity. Breaking news, everybody's not going to be a member of your church. Everybody's not going to be a part of your denomination. Everybody's not going to join your fraternity. Some people going to do different things in a different way. That's uniform. We need unity.
That's right.
Which means we do different things in a different place at a different time. And that's the way that God made the body. There's a verse in the Quran says, surely there's a message in creation for those who believe. Look how he created us in the best of modes. Inside the body, this is not a sign of uniformity, it's a unity. You got different organs that look different, do different things at a different place, at a different time, but for the survival of this one organism. Well, what would happen if our organizations work like that? Organizations. Everybody did so you be NAACP, be the liver if that's your job. Urban League, be the kidney if that's your job. Be the heart, be the whatever you are, play your role and let us do what we can do in unity for the survival of us as a people.
I agree with that.